What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another Last Cloudia video. In today's video, we're going to be taking on the Dark Palace. Now, the Dark Palace is an area where you can only use monster units. I have beaten this boss in the past when it first came out, but I have built up my monster units since then, and I wanted to give another go with my units actually being built up for, maximum DPS and just being built up overall. So it was pretty surprising what I could do. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the clip. Don't want to waste your time anymore, and then I'll touch on key points of the video and stuff that was happening after the fact. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into the showcase, shall we? Okay, welcome back everyone. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It was really quick compared to when I first did it. So on the left hand side and on the right hand side I have two images. I'll get to those, but DXR 100 SC, best monster unit in the game. Don't at me. Let's go ahead and take a look at the skills, shall we? Recast, single allies casting speed plus 30%. This is for Gobble. Gobble was our glass record spammer. We have weak and Anula mouth. As you see on the left hand side, this is before weak and before Anula mouth. It is neutral, resistant to all elements. It is resistant to every status ailment except for stun. Stun, it is nil. But after weak and after Anula mouth, it becomes weak to every element, and the status ailment resistant drops, making them neutral except for nil. Nil is still, or stun is still resistant, or it drops down from nil to resistant. You can still inflict stun. It'll just take you more work to inflict it, but you can inflict stun. So I'll get to this elemental resistant point when we get to our MVP unit. I just wanted to point that out there. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the skills, shall we? We have MP ups, just for more MP. We've got hammer equipped for the right hand side. As you can see on the equipment, we got poison research, silence research, monkey baby. Monkey baby also inflicts silence, curse research, corrosion fang. Corrosion fang was for phantom, a chance to debuff enemies during normal attacks, so physical attacks do plus 20% more damage, meaning if the enemy has this debuff, they'll take 20% more damage to physical attacks, or from physical attacks, meaning Phantom will do more damage. We got Flying Shadow, we have Goddess Kiss. Goddess Kiss is just to recover a little bit of MP, enough MP to where we can still cast more magic. It's not, she's not gonna recover tons of MP, very little MP, literally one tick. So Flying Shadow, Dash, and Speed Shoes, as you can see on the right hand side. I have those just so that DXR can get to the boss quicker. I guess it doesn't really matter, but the faster that she can get to the boss, the faster it can start applying status elements. Dual wield for, equipping 2 weapons. As for the weapons, we have Cactus Hammer. Regular attacks have a chance of inflicting stun, self-explanatory. Ninja Star, chance to blind enemies, self-explanatory. As for the arc, we have duration of buffs and debuffs from units' active skills and status elements inflicted by 30%. Meaning the status elements we inflict last 30% longer, so just more help with the status elements. The second part of it, enemy break recovery speed plus 30%, meaning the break is going to last 30% longer, so that we can do more damage in that time frame. I gave DXR Elder King Mask. Skills can't be used. This just means that it'll just do its regular attacks only, which is fine. That's what we want, because it'll inflict status elements from regular attacks with all these. Regular attacks, regular attacks, regular attacks. So, pretty self-explanatory. That's my DXR. Let's go ahead and move on to the next unit. Okay, here we have Gobble. Gobble is our breaker, and he is our glass record spammer. Let's go ahead and look at the skills. Glass record, this is from the Light of Science arc, the Dr. Stone collab. Recovers medium HP to all allies and restores SCT. The restores SCT part is it recovers 10 SCT per cast, so that's a nice chunk. That's a good amount, 10 SCT. And then we have MP ups, because again, he's gonna need it because he's gonna be spamming our glass record. So all the MP we can get will help out that much more. Staff equip for the right hand side equipment. We have fast magic circle to help with MP recovery. It can cast glass record that much more. Spirit breath recovers 3 seconds of SCT when HP is recovered by an active skill, and it also applies to magic, meaning glass record and spirit breath together will get you 13 seconds of SCT, 13 SCT per cast. So very nice. We have high level magic chant, and we have Rad Moonstone for casting. And if you remember, DXR has recast, which we casted on Gobble so that he can cast glass record almost instantaneously. I want to say it's instantaneously, but I think there's just a slight delay, but it's pretty much instantly. Dual wield, because Gobble is going to act as our breaker as well. So skill charge 3, breaker, and phone booth. Phone booth and skill charge 3 both give us 2 stocks of our S3 at the very beginning of the fight. And if you saw in the fight, I did use our 2 stocks. Grana C's break level increased by 120%. So again, a breaker and our glass record spammer. As for the equipment, I just gave him as much MP as possible. That's pretty much it. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our MVP unit, shall we? Okay, and here we are at our MVP unit, Phantom. Man, I didn't think I'd ever use Phantom like this, but it's really amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over Phantom. 90 SC, missing a little bit of a SC. Almost, I think I'll probably push him to 100 SC, just because I'm close. But let's go ahead and go over the skills. Undead Slayer, special boost. The boss is an undead type, so the point of all these skills is to boost as much damage possible as I can on Phantom so that he reaches cap. So Undead Slayer, special boost, combined, that's 100%. Sword equip, claw equip for the equipment on the right hand side. Monkey Baby. Monkey Baby, regular attacks have a chance of inflicting silence damage plus 30% against enemies that are silenced. He's not going to be inflicting silence, that's DXR's job. We equip this mostly for the 30% more damage. That's a lot. 88 SC and 30% damage. That's good in my eyes. I mean, if you have the SC to spare, that's pretty good. Weak point boost. If you remember, the enemy is neutral to all elements until you use weak. Weak puts the enemy at an elemental disadvantage, making us be able to take weak point boost on our S1 and S3. Mainly our S3, but S1 will also be able to take advantage of this. So 30% more damage. Spirit breath Spirit Breath is really important on Phantom, especially the way what I was doing. So I'll get to Spirit Breath in a little bit. You know what it does, but I'll explain the combination. Terror Mouth 1 and 2, 50% more damage to enemies that have status elements. Dual wield, you know, double the hits on skills. Sword high boost, sharp eyes, berserker. Again, just as much damage boosting as possible. For the equipment, we have the Aldanian sword. Regular attacks are effective against God, meaning God Killer on regular attacks. Killer and Slayer damage plus 17%. So 17% more damage for Slayer damage. So, and then Venocleave. Venocleave is the Arc Ether reward for the Venom Dragon. I call it the Venom Dragon Arc mostly because I forget the actual name. But 50% more damage against enemies that are poisoned. So 50% more damage. That's crazy. Hell Sovereign's Ring, physical damage cap plus 1000 just for more DPS. Mithril Relief, skill damage plus 10% when the sword is equipped. We have a sword equipped. Moonlit Murder, physical damage against blinded enemies plus 50%. If you remember, we gave DXR the Ninja Star, which has a chance to inflict blind. So 50% more damage. Now, I could have used the Silver Swordsman Tail, which maybe would have been better just because stat-wise. But I believe the physical damage boost only goes up to 40%. And Moonlit Murder is 50%. So I'm not too sure. I kind of just went with Moonlit Murder just because I saw 50%. So I mentioned before that Spirit Breath was important. So Spirit Breath recovers 3 seconds of SET. And Glass Record recovers 10. That's 13 SET per cast. Now, Phantom's S3 is 16 hits single wield, 16 hits single wield, 14 seconds, 14 SET, meaning one cast of Glass Record, and boom, you have an S3. It is a 3 stock. And the thing with Phantom S3 is, if you noticed in the video, I would cast Phantom's S3, but I would immediately switch to another unit. The reason being is if you use Phantom's S3 and you just use Phantom and you let the animation for the hits is super long. It takes a long time for it to actually play out. But if you do Phantom's S3 and you immediately switch to another unit, it'll cancel out the animation. It'll just immediately do all the hits. It'll go pretty much. Think of Sekis's S3, Sage Emperor Sekis's S3. Think of it as that. It's not that, like, Sekis's S3 is super quick, but Phantom's is relatively quick as well. It's like right behind it. So being able to spam that skill for that many hits, reaching damage cap, it's crazy. It's amazing. I never thought I'd use Phantom that way. But Phantom, DPS wise, if you can manage to boost his damage and he can take advantage of weak point boost and all that, the highest damage per second of the monsters, no questions asked. But yeah, that was it for the video. I hope you guys found this interesting. If you do have any questions about the fight or if you need any help, I am part of the Last Cloudia Discord. As long as we share a server, I believe you can just send me a message. So if you have any questions or need help or anything else, feel free to send me them. But yeah, that'll be it for the video. I do appreciate you guys watching. And as always, thanks for watching. And I'll catch you guys next time.